I'm going to break down exactly why your contracting leads are absolutely garbage, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how you could fix this as well, okay? I've spent millions of dollars for my clients on roofing and contracting ads to generate them high quality leads and high quality appointments that scaled their business to 7, 8, and sometimes even 9 figures. So I'm going to show you exactly how you could fix your poor contracting lead quality. There's usually a couple of reasons for this, so I'm going to break it down and I'm going to show you how to fix it, right? So the real reason your leads suck. Most people, they'll launch a Facebook ad or they'll sign up with a Facebook ad agency and, they'll get a couple leads and they'll be like, oh, these leads suck. And then it's like, Facebook sucks. Facebook ads don't work. They suck, right? And that's an emotional response. You need to think logically here, okay? It's like, Facebook ads suck. But then why is there so many people that run Facebook ads and get clients and get closes? And it's like, oh, well, Facebook ads don't work for me. And it's like, do they not work for you or do you not work for Facebook ads, okay? So you need to be very logical about this thinking as well. Because if Facebook ads work for other people in your same business, then that means they could work for you, right? Same goes for Google or anything else, right? You need to have a logical mindset when you're doing this analysis, okay? So the main issues that I see with Facebook ad lead quality is weak ad targeting, which means unqualified people are clicking on the ad because their targeting is off, and I'll explain that. Generic, boring offers, so only low intent folks engage, right? And we've seen this with our own business and with our clients as well. If the offer's weak, let's say you're getting leads at a decent cost. If the offer's weak, oftentimes they'll click on the ad because they're curious, but they don't actually care too much to show up to the appointment or answer any phone calls because the offer's weak. It doesn't motivate them, right? The offer needs to be good enough to be like, oh shit, like I need to get on this ASAP. It needs to have urgency, but also generate high interest and high intent. So they want to take those next steps, okay? No follow-up system or a bad sales system in a lot of cases too. Leads fall through the cracks, right? So you're not dialing in 60 seconds. You're not following up for days and days and days. You just have a very poor follow-up system, okay? So if you're seeing dead leads, it's not magic. It's not Facebook ads not working for you. It's a funnel leak. It's something that's off with your funnel, right? And funnel doesn't mean your little website page where they fill out a form. Funnel is the whole process up until they buy, right? That's your funnel, okay? So you have a funnel leak, right? Which means people are coming through your funnel, right? Imagine a funnel like this, and imagine there's leaks in the side of your funnel, right? People are coming through the funnel and they're leaking out. And now it's like, oh, Facebook ads don't work. No, your funnel just sucks, okay? So I'm gonna break this down. A lot of you guys confuse what bad leads actually are. So I'm gonna show you what they actually look like because some of you guys will be like, oh, these leads suck just because you couldn't sell them, right? And a lot of times that's just cope and that's just excuses, right? So I'm gonna break down what bad leads actually look like so you can know if you have a lead quality issue or you have a sales issue, okay? So first thing is they might book and vanish, okay? Which basically means they book and you never hear from them ever again. That means they never really had the actual intent of showing up to the appointment, which there could be a multitude of reasons for why this happens, which I'll break down. They don't actually need what you sell, okay? They're not actually that interested in what you sell, which again, could be a couple of reasons, but mainly like an offer thing. Like they don't actually care that much about your offer. They might just be curious, of what might be on your like website page or whatever. So they're just booking to get to the next step. They don't actually care that much, or maybe they just want, your info for 4 months down the line when they might need a roof replaced or whatever it is. Okay. And then last is they're broke and they're completely unqualified. And you need to be very honest with yourself by unqualified, right? So unqualified means like legitimately they don't have the money or the finances, right? If you're selling financing, they don't have the credit. And if you're selling insurance, they don't have the proper insurance details, right? And a lot of times this is a funnel issue. It could also be an offer issue in certain cases. But they're just broken, unqualified. And be honest with yourself around these parameters. They need to like legitimately, it's very black and white with being unqualified, right? There's not really much of a gray area. It's like you either are qualified to move forward or you're not. Like maybe they aren't like a great fit, right? But them being like financially unqualified is very black and white, okay? So it's a yes or no almost. So be honest with yourself there as well. And that brings me to my third section, and we're going to go into more of solution-based and answers on how to fix this now, okay? So how to fix it. Fix number one, improve your offer and your targeting, okay? You need filtering at the ad level, okay? Show price, roofs from 5997. This is a roofing example, but same thing with remodeling or whatever you're doing. You could put the straight up price drop a starting at price. So like the lowest price that you typically sell, just be like, job for X amount, right? Starting at X amount. You filter out extreme lowballers and people that are expecting handouts, because a lot of people, they just want some magical genie offer where they're just like, I want a new roof. And then the genie grants them the wish, right? And they just get a handout. But that's not realistic. So you want to put, a low starting at price, because it will show them that they could get a good deal. But you are also filtering out people that are not willing to put up cash for what you sell. Okay? So that's a great way to do it. That's a great way to not only call out, because like this offer in and of itself is a good call out, right? So people that need a new roof, so roofs, so get a roof. Just by saying that, it's like someone that needs a new roof is gonna be interested, right? And it's gonna target those people. And then now it's saying from 5997, so somebody that can, afford to put cash, that amount of cash at least, down on a roof, okay? And usually they could put a lot more than this, but you just have to sell them and stuff, right? And take them down your funnel, warm them up, all that good stuff. Use zip code exclusivity. So, a DQ lead would be somebody that's not in your area. So a lot of times with ads, you need to filter out people that are out of your zip codes on your landing page. Also in your targeting, excluding zip codes. Even in your ad, it's good to call out certain areas. Like if you only work in X city, like call that out in the ad. Like that's going to help Facebook target those people even more, okay? And then offer urgency. Program ending soon, this ending soon. Adding urgency, so if you have a good deal and you say it's ending soon, or it's like a spring special or whatever it is, now they're going to be like, okay, I have this good offer and I can't just sit on it and have your phone number for 3 months. I need to take action and have urgency with this offer, right? And actually take action on it, okay? So that's essential as well. And again, you're adding so much intent with having a good offer, showing the price, filtering out bad people, zip code, exclusivity, and your offer urgency, right? It's adding so much intent, so you're not having these bad leads, right? Target homeowner zip codes with value and income thresholds. That's another thing that you could do to filter for income. This is typically like the last resort for me, like if I can't figure it out. Usually the biggest lever is just the offer and the price on the offer. But if you're in one of those areas where it's really rough, it might be good to just filter for high income. What you can do is like top 10%, top 25%, top 50%, and you could target that income. But you'll get fewer clicks, but higher quality leads. And honestly, with all of these, you're gonna get fewer clicks, but higher quality leads, right? And it's all about optimizing for your cost of acquiring a customer, not about optimizing for lead costs. If I was optimizing for lead costs, I would get no sales, okay? So it's about finding that healthy balance. Usually those $10 leads, you're not gonna get any sales. But oftentimes when you're in that 30 to 50 to even 60 range, you will get sales because you're getting, high quality leads. Oftentimes when people are posting, I'm getting $5 leads for my client, it's a huge red flag for me. Because if you're just flaunting lead costs and you're not flaunting deals, you're probably, you're just being flashy and it sounds cool, but at the end of the day, you're not getting your clients customers, or you're not getting customers for yourself, right? If you're flaunting these outlandish lead costs, okay? Because what that means is just you're targeting a broader audience full of DQs, okay? And that brings me to my final section here, and my final fix is a faster, cleaner follow-up process. So when you're running an ad, they don't know who you are majority of the times. They have no clue who you are. It's the first time they've ever seen your ad or seen who you are, and they are putting in their information, and they're essentially a cold lead, right? And what you need to do before you enter their home is warm them up, right? Because if you don't, they're just going to stay cold, and it's going to make the sales process extremely hard, and you're not going to be able to convert them at a high rate, and then you're going to be like, Facebook ads don't work, okay? So basically what you're going to do, it all starts from the lead being generated, right? So the leak that I'm talking about, the funnel leak, is you call in 2 hours, the lead moves on. A lot of times they'll forget they even filled out their information, right? Like they saw an ad briefly on Facebook, put in their information because they were interested. A lot of times people are busy, they go on with their days and they forget, right? And now their interest is at 0. So you want to catch them while their interest is there and continue to ride that wave, right? You don't want to let the wave crash and die out, okay? So you don't follow up multiple times. You rely on memory, not automation, okay? Fix with 60-second callbacks, right? So if you're calling in 60 seconds, they're going to remember the ad that they clicked on, and they're going to more than likely book, and they're at peak interest, and you further, you're riding that wave, and you're further guiding their interest, right? Because you're on the call, you're building rapport, you're building the relationship, you're building up the offer, and you're selling them, right? You're selling them more and more and more, and now you take a cold lead from maybe like a semi-warm lead, right, after this call, and you booked an appointment, and now right after that you're sending texts, you're sending emails, you're sending testimonials to them. They're seeing more of your stuff, and now you take a semi-warm lead to a warm lead, and maybe now you're calling confirming, or your rep's calling confirming. He's building rapport, generating more interest, and now it's a extremely warm lead. It's a hot lead. And now when you get in the home, it's an easy sale, okay? So you need to have a follow-up process. Oh, actually, one more section. We have one more section. I forgot about this section. Pre-qualify through funnels, okay? So this is another mistake a lot of people make, is if you need certain, like what I was saying, like qualification parameters is pretty black and white. Like if you need someone with good credit, qualify for good credit. If you need someone with a certain type of insurance, qualify for that insurance, okay? So if it's very black and white, which means that you could qualify it on your funnel, right, and on your form. So easy fields. You could qualify for roof age if you need it. You qualify for time to be installed. That's a good question as well, just to ensure people aren't filling out something that they need 3 months from now and wasting your time. Filtering for this certain type of job, right? Whatever it is. Using logic or scheduling calendar rules, right? So if if they fill out X question with Y answer, then it takes them to Z page, right? So basically, having qualifications, what it does is it will kick out everybody that shouldn't be a lead, and it tells Facebook, don't get any more of these, and everybody that comes in as a lead that's qualified, it'll tell Facebook, get more of these, which means now you're getting more qualified leads. If your form's completely open, you probably are going to get a bunch of DQ leads, and you're going to say Facebook ads don't work, or they don't work for me, or whatever it is, right? But that's pretty much it for this video. Basically, breaking down entirely how you could fix your Facebook ads if they are generating trash leads and Facebook ads aren't working, right? I'm explaining exactly how you could fix this, and you could look at other of our videos explaining how to script ads, or how to run your ad campaigns, or whatever it may be. We pretty much cover everything from A to Z. So check out our other videos and subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos. Thank you.